Okay, and now, ladies and gentlemen, the drum battle of the century. Yes, in one corner, our own ever-popular animal. And in the other corner, the Muppet Show's own fearless guest star, ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Buddy Rich.
I guess, like many of you, I've been very much tempted by the arrival of Behringer's RD9. It has been what feels like an age since they first teased the machine, and while I really wouldn't need one for reasons I'll explain shortly, I also couldn't resist and already got an RD8 when I found a good deal on a second-hand unit. While an RD8 and an RD9 will only cost you slightly north of $600, which is, as we all know, peanuts when compared to the real deal vintage Roland machines, $600 are still $600, which is a lot of money to me and I guess for some of you too. So if you don't mind not having the RD sequencers, but just want some live tweakable 808 and 909 sound in your life, you could get away with saving up to $400 of these $600 and or euros. I did, in fact, pay even less when I got today's machine for just a mere 140 euros 2 years ago, and while prices have been on a hike during the pandemic, you can still find a Novation Drum Station for well below 300 with a bit of patience. And I guess with the advent of the RD9, the Drum Station might become a very much rejected machine soon. Long before the advent of Behringer's RDs, an absolute ton of people had wanted a bit of TR in their lives, and while there are a ton of sample packs around, being able to tweak the sounds live has always been a big part of the appeal of the TR sound. Just go and watch Jeff Mills tweaking away on those tiny 909 knobs if you need any proof of that statement. Yeah, work it, Jeff. And this is where today's machine comes into play. Released in 1996, at the height of 90s techno craze, Novation saw what people wanted and released the Novation Drum Station. Through the wizardry of ASM or analog sound modeling, Novation's take on virtual analog, they managed to cram both TRs into a 19-inch rack unit, and while it's super slim, its sound most certainly isn't. Very much resembling Novation's base station rack, the Drum Station is a 1HE 19-inch rack unit. Let's take a closer look. Starting from the right, on the front you gain instant access to a lot of sound parameters for both TRs. There's a small 2-digit display and a numpad to control the drum station's various settings, and on the very left you'll find switches to toggle the pots between 808 and 909 parameters, the volume knob, and even a headphone input. On the back you'll find the connector for an external 9V power supply, a full MIDI trio, the stereo main output, as well as 6 individual outputs you can assign single or multiple sounds to, and on the very left there's even a DIN sync socket to sync the drum station up to some old school drum machines. Don't make the mistake to think that this baby's merely a simple rumpler. All the analog drum sounds of both 808 and 909 are modeled using virtual analog technology, so they are just as tweakable as the original counterparts. In fact, the pots on the front plate are mostly modeled after the parameters that you could find on a real TR 808 or 909, but in some cases even exceed those found on the OG TRs. Cowbell or clap tuning, for example, wasn't possible on the original TR 808. Let's listen to the sounds, starting with the 808 sounds. Bass drum, snare, toms, rimshot, clap, cowbell, hi-hats, cymbal, congas, maracas, and claves. Let's listen to a little pattern. Next, let's switch to 909. Here are bass drum, snare, rimshot, clap, hi-hats, ride, crash, and the toms. And another pattern. Novation really managed to get the sound just right, and I guess most people won't be able to tell TR and Drum Station apart. And while they were at it, they threw in a few extra parameters for you to shape the sounds a bit more. Front cut lets you trim the attack, and distortion, well, I guess you know what it does. All of the parameters are Midi CC controllable. The pods even send controller data, so you can record live tweaking sessions. Let's again demonstrate this with a little bit of live tweaking, a pattern. Another very nice feature is that you can even save those drum kits you tweaked yourself. There are 25 save spots for your drum kits. And before I forget to mention it, yes, each drum kit has 808 and 909 sounds, and you can use both at the same time. We will do so for our final demo. Let's reunite some old friends. Here's my original bass station to play along the drum station like it's 1996. And once again, we're at the end of the video. I hope I was able to show you a bit of what the drum station has to offer. While it obviously lacks the sequence of the RD8 or 9, its sound can still hold up very well, and if you are just after some tweakable TR sounds for your setup, save yourself some money and possibly some drama, as the RD9 is likely going to be in short supply for some time, and get yourself a drum station. The advent of Behringer's RDs might possibly even lead to a situation where the drum station's price will drop considerably in the near future. And now, see you soon with another stint, as I feel I've really covered enough drum machines lately.